Hello, welcome back to One More Mana. My name is Derik, and today we are getting into the top 5 most bro-worthy things in the Brothers War. This set is something I have been so incredibly excited for this entire year. Ever since I got into Magic, the thing that's been most intriguing to me really has been this era of story. Erza Saga and Ice Age and Cold Snap and that whole kind of era of Magic is my favorite thing. I love getting old cards from there. Antiquities, getting a peek into this almost like mythical period of Magic history is such an awesome part of Magic. And obviously, I'm hugely biased because I love Phyrexians and the whole start of the Phyrexian invasion and everything like that. It felt like almost like a dark, gritty version of what Magic story used to be and almost still could be. And it's something I immediately attached to. At this point now, I only keep maybe 3 to 4, maybe 5 decks at a time. I don't build a ton of decks, and 2 of my longest running ones have always been Feldon and Titania, and they're hugely fun, but a big part of that was I loved their tie into the story of that period. I loved hearing, and as tragic as Feldon's story is, getting to hear how Ashnod was tied in and how he tied in and wanting to abstain from the Brothers' War and go with the third path, and hearing how Titania was a part of Argoth and how all of that was destroyed with the Silex Blast. And I'm not somebody who normally knows any stories. You can tell by most of these bro videos and that I just make stuff up randomly. But this was really a part of the story that, at least aspects of it, really spoke to me. And it just seems so epic and just big in scale. And I loved it. So when I heard this rant, just to say, when I heard the Brothers' War was coming out, I literally just could not wait. It was something where, okay, normally I don't really buy a lot of Magic cards these days as far as from new sets. I typically just pick and choose some old cards. This was a set I knew when it came out I wanted all of it and could not get enough because it speaks to what I love most about Magic. So it's going to be some very positive bros if you couldn't tell, but there's still some things that left me scratching my head and confused no matter how perfect in my mind this set is, and we're going to get into all of that. But if you want any of the cards that made me say bro, or there are cards that you want to make your friends question why they're still friends with you, head on over to TCG Player and use our affiliate link if you get the chance to help support the channel. In the process, TCG Player is amazing. They're going to have really whatever it is you're looking for. It makes it so easy. There's so many different frames with every new set and foilings and retro frames, retro foils. Is it etched? Is it not? Is it full art? Is it not? Apparently there's numbered serial ones now. I don't know, but who does know? All the people at TCG Player, and they're going to have it all sorted out for you so you can find whatever you want. TCG Player is always amazing. And speaking of supporting the channel, it's been a minute since we got to do one of these because I've been around setting Ken. And so you've gotten direct, actual talkings from Ken. But we have a message from Ken to tell you why you should rock Into the AM. Because Into the AM is amazing. You can use the code on the screen to get a discount and help support the channel. So Ken, just further explain why Into the AM is the best. Hello, my name is Kenneth E. the Heathen. When I am not falling asleep at Magic events because I choose not to sleep and not listen to Derik or any of my friends, and I think sleep is optional, I'm rocking Into the AM. It makes me comfortable and it makes me look good. Even when I'm drooling, snoring at a Magic event in front of millions of people-ish, I still am the best looking one there because I rock Into the AM. Do it. Something about screaming in space and dripping. Ken, you are a poet. You are a magnificent person. Thank you. But yes, rock Into the AM, and if you use the code, you can help support the channel. Really, always do appreciate the help. Now let's jump into this list. We're just getting back from Utah at the time of filming this, so I was all up in all of the Brothers' War stuff during that time. So yeah, Magic Summit was amazing, and I played the Mishra Precon for like 2.5 days straight. Oh, it's perfect. Now, getting into this list, the number 5 most bro-worthy thing in the Brothers' War is going to be Erza Silex. And it's a really cool card. Enjoy it. They're holding back. It's like they gave the Silex on training wheels. It's like they did a little cartoonized version. Always the comparison I give for this is, and this is a very obscure comparison, so if any of y'all know it, thank you. In American Horror Story Roanoke, there is this whole concept where you're getting like the reenacted version of the haunting of Roanoke, and then you get like the real shit version where like it goes down, and like the reenactment is like, oh, the ghosts just look like people with some wounds and stuff, and then you get the real version, and those shits are the scariest things you've ever seen. It's like dark, gritty, and they kill stuff fast. That's what I feel like. I feel like we're getting the reenactment version of Erza Silex because it's leaving lands. I feel like this card should either blow up everything. Lands, I mean, it's the most like epic explosion in the history of Magic, bro. Like, come on, just don't hold back. So I feel like it should either destroy all lands, or if you're gonna leave lands back, like frost tap them shits for a while, because it just caused an ice age. That it wasn't, oh boom, it now everything's back to normal. The whole last ice age that happened. So like, maybe don't untap for a few turns. Like, I understand they want it to be more fun for players, and like, why am I complaining about that? I actually don't know, but flavor wise, it's a major flavor fail, and to that I say bruh. And now the number 4 most bruh worthy card in this set is about the art. And the art is beautiful, and so there's nothing wrong with the actual art. It's more so matching the card, and it's for one of the islands that I'm going to put on the screen. But there's not an island in this art. It's literally just ocean and mech. Now, maybe they went full on like Xenoblade Chronicles, and there's a city on this mech, and that is a sort of island in and of itself. Maybe there's a little, this mech is so big that the island just looks super, super tiny, and it's kind of just below it like a little speck. Possible. But from what I'm seeing, I don't see an island in the art, and I know what you're gonna say. There's mountains with like cityscapes where there's no mountains, and plains in Ravnica where there's no plains, and that things. But like, every time I see a basic land like this one, they're usually like pretty as hell, so I can't even like really get mad. And that's the case for this, but like, there could have at least been like a baby island, like even if it was just a little speck. And to that, I have to say bruh. Now, the number 3 most bruh worthy thing in this set is shocking. It's a planeswalker, and I haven't done one of these bruhs in a while where it's like a bruh, please don't play this card against me. But it's Teferi Temporal Pilgrim. Like, I don't know what, I think it's like a design thing where they're forced, anytime a new Teferi comes out, that they need to make sure that Teferi is going to annoy the hell out of somebody and do it fast. Because the fact that cards in general that reward you for drawing cards are immediately a red flag for me. Like, if something rewards you for drawing cards, or like rewards you for ramping, that type of stuff, my first thought is like, oh, I don't want to see that. Because how you get this going is already by getting your game plan going. So like, and not only that, it's a planeswalker that gets loyalty so easy. In today's Magic, it is very easy to draw a lot of cards, and especially, what do you know, in blue. So the fact that this loyalty is going to get insane from drawing cards, it's like pseudo life gain in the most annoying way possible, because unless you have just a destroy target permanent or destroy target planeswalker, you got to keep swinging at this thing. And most planeswalkers, if you get them to 1, they're either useless because they can only plus, or they're in at least the danger zone enough that, okay, they're not a huge threat now, I can take it out easy. This little mother effer is getting down to 1. Oh, all of a sudden I'm gonna wheel this, I'm gonna brainstorm this, I'm gonna do that, and all of a sudden it's back in ulting range just like that, and then could just ult. This is going to be an eye roll card for me, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are like, oh, it's fine, and it probably is, but me and my just that grudge, that is the noise of grudge to me, against planeswalkers will forever remain. And Teferi, bruh, just why do you always have to be so annoying? I want to love you so much. Now at number 2, the number 2 most bruh worthy thing in this set is going to be Erza Planeswalker. The totality of it, the melded version, all of it together gets a major bruh for me. And look, this is an area I'm gonna admit I'm just incredibly ignorant on. There's probably a reason why this is the case, but bro, why did you shove the stones in your eyes? Like, I get it, Erza's kind of a douche. Like, he's like, oh, I'm fighting with my brother, I'm gonna blow up a whole damn continent, I'm gonna cause an ice age. Like, I get it, like, you don't really care about good decision making, but at what point did you think shoving 2 effing rocks in your eyes was a good idea? Like, bro, you could just wear, have you ever heard of necklaces? Just put them, they're pretty, you can make a whole little chain out of it, you can put them on a bracelet, 1 on each hand. That's a thing. Erza probably has like a little sack type thing, you know, below the belt. At this point, if you're gonna rip your eyeballs out, you might as well just replace the jewels down low with the jewels you got there, and they're great protected and all that. Like, what are you thinking? Like, why was this necessary? And I'm sure one of y'all is gonna comment, basically say like, Derik, if you would have read any story, you'd know like there's an actual reason. I say, bruh, no, there is no reason why you need to shove stones into your eyes when every other, you could even do implants. You ever seen dude with a little implant in his forehead? I forgot who it was, but there's a singer or a rapper that did that. Does it look good? No, but it's better than gouging your own eyes out for it. So Erza, bruh, make better life decisions. And now at the number 1 most bruh worthy thing in Brothers War is the happiest bruh of all time for me. But for years, people have been complaining about not having really like playable or good Erza or Mishras to play with. it was just one of those things where it was like a source of frustration. And then we finally got into Erza, and it was literally the most annoying card of all time. Like, just straight up the just most miserable card to play against. And then we had the Mishra that was like that weird, you can cast things with the same name, so it really didn't work in Commander unless you jump through some crazy hoops. And there's some cool Mishra decks out there, but yeah, that really wasn't really a Commander card. And for years people were like, can we get them, can we get them? And then we finally got Erza, and people complained because it was the most annoying card, like I just said. So I love how Wizards was like, you know what, you were gonna complain, we are gonna give you more Erzas and Mishras than what you know what to do with. And we literally have, I think at this point, 4. Like, I think Erza and Mishra went from having like 1-ish each to probably the most cards of like any character in Magic ever. I don't have data on that, I'm just making that up, but it sounds right. They have the pre-con versions of themselves, they have like the young versions of themselves, they have the slightly older, like teen angst, I don't want to be normal, I want to fight, I guess that's my version of a teenager, that version of them. And then they have like the older versions that they meld. We get the whole timeline. They're like, it's literally like Wizards was just like, you know what, you want it, be careful what you ask, because you need to get that. To that I say, bruh, thank you, we've been wanting this for forever. But yeah, I guess careful what you ask for, because you're gonna get it, because we have so many. So at this point, I think I should just start doing the same with Infect. Maybe we'll just get a whole set of Infect on there. We'll see. But to that, bruh, thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for finally giving us what we've been asking for so long. That's gonna do it for this week's video. I really hope y'all enjoyed it. This set is amazing. I love it so much. It is just something I am so excited to just like really just get lost in. I haven't had a chance to do that in a Magic set for a while, and this is one that I'm just happy exists. I'm really happy to be able to build decks in it and get lost in the flavor and the art, and every part of it to me is just perfect, and I really do love it. And even then, obviously some things are still gonna make me scratch my head, so definitely let me know down in the comments below what made you say, bruh, what made you confused, and what left you scratching your head wondering either what Wizards was thinking, what we were thinking, or what is going on with these characters. Because Erza, I still cannot forgive you for gouging your own eyes out now. As always, a huge shout out to the patrons. We love and appreciate y'all so much, and it was amazing getting to meet some of y'all out in Salt Lake City in Utah. We got to taste the fried chicken in Utah. If you didn't hear us singing about it in random videos, we have thoughts that's coming in a later video, but amazing to get to meet some of y'all. We're planning to go to Philly and potentially also Vegas next year. We don't know. We're trying to make it to as many events as we can. So if any of y'all are going to be at events, hit us up on Twitter, let us know in the comments, and we will make sure to try to get some games in, because it was amazing. It was really an amazing experience. So love y'all. Lots and lots of stuff to come. We are always scheming, y'all know that. But until then, I'll see y'all next time.